Hello everyone and welcome to the Bankable Brand webinar. Thank you to everyone who's showing up live. You guys can hop in, comment in the comments and everything. Let me know you're here and where you're from and everything. So for this webinar, like I said at the beginning I'm coming over my 3-year anniversary in business, and so I wanted to put together these business pillars, these 5 pillars that I feel are necessary to build a bankable business. So I'm excited to share this information with you guys, and as always, comment, feedback, whatever you'd like to say in the comments, and share this out if you would like to share this broadcast if you have friends. We're going to hop right into the slides here. Turn that on. So you guys should be seeing the first slide of my webinar here. So this webinar again is the 5 pillars of a bankable brand. So you are in the right place if you're looking to build an online business from scratch. Maybe you want to increase your impact and profits in your existing business, or maybe you want to know what it takes to build a bankable income business that replaces your 9-to-5 income. So I created this training. I'm coming up on my 3rd year in business. Like I said, I went from being a 9-to-5er with no experience, no clients, and to quitting my job in 6 months. And so this training is about the top 5 pillars of how I did it and how you can do it too. So pillar 1 is about mindset, and one of the big parts of the mindset is your why. Why did you choose to get in business? What are your goals? Why? Maybe it's something about your future, so kids or family, things like that, being able to support them, being able to live your dream life. Maybe you're someone who's always wanted to travel the world and work. Whatever it is, what is your why? Because you're always going to harken back to that as time goes on. You're always going to harken back to your why. This is really just the foundation of starting a successful business and growing it. So what do you want your life to be like? And get specific here. So really map out what's your perfect day like in the future. Maybe you wake up at whenever you feel like. Maybe you wake up at 9 a.m. every morning and you go to the gym. You sit down for coffee. Maybe you have meditation or prayer time, and then you start working at 10. Whatever it is, write down what your ideal day is like. Maybe you have kids and you want to be able to pick them up from school when they get out. All those things, and get specific about what you want your life to be like. How much money do you want to make every month, and what would you have to do to make that? So if you have a goal of, say, let's make $10,000 a month or something like that, well then how much do you charge now for your clients, and how many would you have to work with to meet your income goal? So you have to think about all that and form your goals around these outcomes that you want. Really map it out. How many people would you have to work with to get what you want in business? So pillar 1 is about mindset. And I'm going to start with the affirmation side of things. So you want to stay high vibe and focused by keeping like positivity flowing into your ears. And so there's a few ways to do that. Business podcasts, a lot of great ones out there. Mindset books, YouTube affirmations. If you've ever logged into YouTube and seen, there are affirmations for literally any kind of topic you could ever want to see. So money, love, business, all kinds of things. And I find it really good to have positivity flowing in your ears, sometimes even when you're asleep. Electronic apps and affirmations like your Alexa app is a really good way. I have one in my room, and she's probably going to perk up right now because I said her name. That basically it allows you to schedule things. Like mine, I have her say every morning when she starts my day affirmations on it. I also have her say income goals and things like that. Where you can program it in the morning to say what you wanted to say when you wake up. The business books that I listed here, like The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks, that's my favorite business mindset book. It's all about, upper limits and kind of busting through those upper limits in your business, and about working in your zone of genius. Think and Grow Rich is another really great one that is just the quintessential I'm starting a business book, and really about getting into that mindset of a business. So those are really great books to read. Let's talk about gratitude. So you really want to, in order to have more in life, you really need to be grateful already for what you have. And it helps to really open your eyes at all times as to what you're grateful for. Daily journaling is really awesome for this. Just writing out things that you're grateful for on any given day. Really turning on that switch to see those things. Sometimes they're just everyday things in life that we don't even realize that we have that we take for granted, basically. And so you want to make sure that you are thinking about those things and a lot of times writing them down so you're super mindful of them. I use a 5-minute journal, which is a really, that's the literal name of it, is the 5-minute journal. And it has blanks for you to write out, what would make today great? What am I grateful for? Those types of things. So you're really just keeping gratitude going with that. You can also set electronic and paper reminders for your goals. So like I said, I use my device in here. I'm not going to say her name, but I use my Amazon device in here to do the same thing. She will tell me my monthly goals in the morning. I might have her say, this month you will make $14,000. Say yes if you agree, and that type of thing. And I'll say yes back to her. Some people like to use post-it notes or things like that to post them around their workspace with their goals and things like that. So it's a good way to like stay top of mind with those things and behave as if these goals are certain to happen. So when I say it is you will make this amount of money. It's not maybe, and it will happen. And that's how you start to step into that mindset of abundance. Be conscious and grateful for your bank balance. There was a time where I never wanted to log into my bank app and see what my balance was. And even when I knew that, I had a 9-to-5, I made money and things, I don't even want to see the number, because it's always lower than you thought it was going to be, those types of things. And I've totally gotten past that. I started using the Digit app for a daily text reminder. So it texts you your bank balance every morning so you can look at it and say, I am thankful that I have this amount of money in my bank, those kind of things. There's also the Lucky Bee app from Denise Duffield Thomas, where it allows you to insert the amount of money you make. Every time you make some money in your business, you put it in the app so that you remind yourself to be grateful for the amount of money that you've received. And you can also set your monthly goals, so it'll show you a pie chart of how close you are to your goals every time you insert how much money you've made. So let's talk about pillar number 2, and this is about your ideal clients. So put some major thought into the kind of clients that you want to serve in your business, and these factors will determine the kind of content you deliver and how you deliver it. So really start doing that thorough research. I have suggested that your ideal client can be a real person that you've worked with in the past, that you want to work with more people like that. Maybe that person will let you chat with them on the phone and ask them specific questions so that you can start to get a scope of who this person is. How do they spend their time? What social media networks are they on? Other questions, where do they spend their time online? What are their dreams and aspirations? And what are their pain points? That's also important because a lot of times what you do in your business is going to solve those pain points. So also in the ideal client side of things, how can you make your products and services a breath of fresh air for your ideal clients? Use their pain points within your copy so you can solve that $1 million problem. So there is a wonderful persuasion hack psychologist person out there, Bushra Azar. She talks about the dread to dream journey. So this is basically the idea that dread may be where your ideal client is right now. There's a problem that they have, and as a result of the problems, it affects their day-to-day life. So what is their life like now in the dread state? And really map that out. I went to a conference last year, Unconference with Allison Berg, where we had to write out what is the life like in the pain point side of life. And let's say you're a health coach or something who helps moms lose the baby weight. And so maybe your ideal client, if they're in the dread state, they feel like they can't wear any of their old clothes, they don't have time to work out, they don't feel like they got it anymore, all those types of things. What does dread feel like? And then what does dream feel like? So dream is what can happen for them as a result of working with you or using your services or products, basically. So in the same way that you mapped out what life is like in the dread side, what is life like in the dream side? And at every price level, you should offer something that helps people get closer to their dream. So Bushra talks about basically how can you get people 20% of the way to their dream? If we have a scale from dread to dream, do you have a product that can get them 20% of the way? How about 40%, 60%, and so on? And basically, the higher the service, the more support you offer towards that dream. So you can have a signature service that is the 100% package. It gets them from the dread to the dream, and that's your top tier package, essentially. For pillar 3, we're going to talk about signature systems. So this is the best way to maximize your time and wow your clients with your professionalism. Systems allow you to spend time on money-making activities and not administration stuff. So for those of you who don't know, systems is like how you can automate or create a very simple way to do tasks in your business, so that you are saving time and not having to repeat tasks that can maybe be automated by software or by hiring or whatever it is. I want to give an example of a system here. This is the client acquisition system. So I use 17 hats for mine. Other people use the Vsibility. That's another option. So I want to just explain what this is. So when someone contacts you on your website, they want to work with you, what is their experience as they go through that process with you? You want that experience to be as professional as possible. You want them to feel taken care of and that they're working with a pro. And you also want it to be something that is not taking up a lot of your time to accomplish. So I use 17 hats. So an example is someone fills out a contact form, they're interested, they immediately receive a follow-up email, which gives them a link to schedule on my calendar so that they can get a session with me and we talk on the phone, and let's say they're ready to move forward to the next step. We go to the invoice, which is everything is canned and programmed and set up in 17 hats. So it's the push of a button to get that out to them. All my packages are already set up in invoices and ready to go when the person makes the choice, essentially. So with example like the calendar link, think about without having a calendar link, I use Acuity scheduling. I've used Calendly as well in the past for my calendars. So think about when you don't have a calendar link, if you ask someone to schedule with you and they say, how's Wednesday at 2? And you say, oh, I'm busy Wednesday at 2. How about Thursday at 4? And back and forth until you finally find a time. Well, when you have a calendar, people just schedule right with you at the best time that's convenient for them. And it's set to your schedule, your hours. So it's the perfect time for both of you. That really cleans up the system and makes you look like a pro. Another system is the client onboarding system. I use Asana for this. So think about when, let's say the person says yes, they pay and they're ready to move forward with you. How can you set up a system that is going to make them feel like they're working with a pro? They feel taken care of. And again, it's not very hard on you. It's something you can repeat and systematize. So let's say they get a welcome video that's been recorded by you and a link to fill out an intro questionnaire. Depending on what you do in your business, a lot of times we need a questionnaire to get started working with people. For example, mine in branding, I might ask them a lot about where they've been in business, where they're going, who their ideal clients are. Questionnaire. Moving forward to the calendar link so they can schedule their first session with me. I also use Asana to share files and images. As a web designer, people have to send me their photos for their website, their copy, all that fun stuff. All of it's shared in Asana, and then we're able to share feedback back and forth with each other. So the way I set up my Asana is that I have my client process laid out in a way that it's repeatable every time. So the web design experience is 8 steps. I have it set up as a template in Asana, and as soon as I get a new client, I create a new copy of that template that has all the steps listed, so that the client immediately when they sign on with me and they get invited to that Asana dashboard, they know what the next steps are, they know where we are on the timeline, and it makes them feel very taken care of. Let's talk about a funnel system in your business. So you probably heard me talk about funnels before, other people talk about funnels. Basically, a funnel is a planned, automated sequence of emails and content, and it's designed to grow subscribers and strategically turn them into paying clients. So just like a funnel on a car, you can see here that people come in at the top, and that's the largest amount of people there. These are new subscribers, new people signing up for your freebie. How can we get them to become fans? And then how can we get them to become customers, maybe pay for your small scale item? And then how can we get them into your high end package? It's an idea of basically delivering content, automated content to them so that they can begin to know, like, and trust you right away. So a funnel entails usually a free download or incentive in exchange for an email address. Canva is a great tool for that. Then their subscription triggers 4 to 5 emails that send over several days. You can see some tools that might be used for that: MailChimp, ConvertKit, Aweber. There's many out there. And those emails pitch a specific product or service. And the whole point is to get them from not knowing you at all to buying from you. And funnels are definitely one of the most important systems out there for your business. And the result is that you make sales on autopilot. Let's talk about pillar number 4, which is visibility. So this pillar encompasses two things. So it's not just how often you show up, but it's how you look when you show up. You want to establish a visual brand so that you have some sort of consistency online. When people see anything that's coming from your social media, they see your webinars, they see your website, it should have consistent fonts, colors, texture, and the brand voice that you are speaking with. When I work with clients, we always start with a creative brief, which is basically how we're going to start to break down who is your ideal client, what are the colors, fonts, and textures that resonate with them. If your website or your brand is a place, what is that place? For some people, it might be a cozy coffee shop with a fire burning. It might be a luxury hotel where they feel pampered and rich, It could be a beach where they feel serene and relaxed, So what is your place for your website, and what type of how do you want your ideal client to feel on your website? So what colors, images, textures reflect that? I like to use Pinterest and just pin it out. It really helps to start out by referring to it as a place that you are. And what are the visuals that go along with that place? You want to establish your consistent colors and fonts and go with those everywhere that you show up online. Like I said, when people see your stuff, they should know it's you right away. Not only because you're consistent, you're always there, but because what they see is consistent. So that is super important. Your brand voice, what we talked about. So what is your personality? Are you playful, serious, adventurous? There's so many things you can be, but it's most importantly to just be yourself. Be consistent. Don't come out of left field, being something different. Be yourself and add your personality to your branding and in whatever ways that you can. So decide where you want to show up, set a schedule, and commit to it. So when I first started my business, Periscope was huge. So I committed to being on Periscope almost every day. I think I was doing like 4 times a week or something. I committed to being on Periscope, and people came to expect me to be on. And that's really how I started to grow my audience in the beginning, was just by focusing on a platform and continuing to be there. Hey, Marsha, thanks for coming on. So how do I come up with topics? When I was doing all these Periscopes, how do I come up with topics? Well, first, searching Facebook groups and message boards about your topic. That's really important. And just starting to see how people describe their problems. A lot of times we get caught up in jargon because we are, experts, or we're very well versed in our field. A lot of times we forget that people who aren't in that field, everything is new to them. Things that feel everyday to them are new, are everyday to us are new to them. So remember that and think about how you can share content about that, share value. What kinds of questions do people ask you? Once you start doing blogs and live broadcasts and things like that, what kind of questions are people asking you? I had a coach who had me brainstorm 30 content ideas based on my expertise. And so that meant just getting out an Excel spreadsheet and writing them out, 30 content ideas. And that really helped me just kickstart my content plan. And from there, the questions that people asked, allowed me to keep coming up with more topics. So that's a really great way as well. Also in Vsibility, offer free value. So webinars like what we're on right now, those are great. Offer incentives to get people to show up live, like laser coaching, website critiques like I'm doing here today. Free downloads, again, that's like kind of part of the freebie side of things. So some things you can do: PDFs, checklists, video series, audio trainings. There's so many things. There's so many things that you could do. But just remember to decide what you want to be known as and deliver free value on that. That's really how you amp up the visibility, and be consistent, and you will be rewarded with raving fans. I want to spotlight one of my clients, Kay, who just recently quit her 9-to-5 to be a full-time business coach. We worked together on her brand and website strategy and everything. And she was really able to hone in on especially her visuals. Like we talk about visual and visibility, hone in on these consistent visuals so that she looks the same on every platform. People became to come to know her for how her branding looked. And that is a lot of times a step into where people start to listen to what you also have to say, So she is a really good example of how visuals can help take your brand to the next level. The next pillar, pillar 5, is about mentorship. So I find that in entrepreneurship, the quest for growth, it never stops. You really have to always be willing to push to the next goal every time you accomplish one goal. And being complacent can leave you stagnant in your business. So I find that a big part of moving forward is to invest in coaches and mentors in your business. I've done this and it's really been invaluable for me, because there's nothing like having that one-on-one support from someone who has done it before. The more time you spend in the DIY phase, the more DIY results you will get, and that is the truth. I love this African proverb that says, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. And that is super true. Thank you, Marcia, by the way. Thank you. So I want to talk about how you can go together, the idea of masterminding. So a mastermind is a concept that is in Think and Grow Rich, that book by Napoleon Hill that I mentioned earlier. And it's just the idea of grouping up with people who are like-minded, who are also pushing towards the same goals. It helps you remain high vibe and inspired because, there's that phrase that you're the sum total of the 5 people that you hang out with the most, And so you want to be hanging out with people who are pushing you forward to the next goal. There are paid masterminds, and then there's casual free ones that just come about as a result of like-minded people deciding to meet up and come together. And so they pick set times, maybe it's monthly, maybe it's twice a month, whatever it is, and they talk about their business and offer feedback on their own experiences. So I would suggest, network with like-minded people, start forming relationships, and see how a mastermind could really form out of that. Support is another big part of this. So as you start to grow, you'll really find that the whole solopreneur lifestyle can be exhausting. If you have to have your hands on everything, it can get really tiring as you start to grow as a business owner. The Big Leap, the other book I explained by Gay Hendricks, it talks about working within your zone of genius. So basically the idea that, your business, what you do, that's your zone of genius. And anything that you, that is not your zone of genius, working outside of it can actually hurt you. Especially, let's say an example of you need an accountant to do your taxes or something like that. I know I have Marcia on here, my client, who is big in personal finance and things like that. That's her zone of genius. So it's like if it's not your zone of genius, you want to find somebody, you want to hire someone who can do it right, who can show you how to do it. They can help you get your stuff together in a way that you wouldn't be able to. When you're working outside of your zone of genius, a lot of times it means that you're delivering subpar content that's going to take you longer to do it and also exhaust you, perhaps, especially if you don't know how to do it. Money is energy, so when you invest it in yourself, you put that energy and that value into your business, which will always pay off. So some ways you can do that: virtual assistants, copywriters, designers, accountants. Like I said, you want to work with people who are working in their zone of genius so that you can work in yours. Another client spotlight. This is my client, Krista Lee from the Mama Ladder. She and Lynette from the Mama Ladder, as you can see, they are moms, busy moms who also were able to launch successful businesses because of the way that they use their systems, the way they maximize their time, like we talked about here with support and systems. It is so important to be able to streamline your processes so that you spend more time making money and less time on the admin. So that's something that they were able to do. Really great client success story from them. So in review here, the bedrock successful business is mindset. You have to work on it intentionally every day. What can you do? Whether it's staying in gratitude, writing down what you're grateful for, listening to affirmations, having those in your ear, setting goals and having them repeated and reminded to you, whether it's Post-it notes or your Siri on your phone, those types of things. Bankable brands know their ideal client inside and out, and their offerings solve those pain points. Try to automate and hire out as many tasks as possible if you can, so that you can focus on those money-making activities. Again, staying in that zone of genius. Visuals are big in online business because that's all we see is what we see with our eyes. So show up consistently and follow your brand guidelines. And remember that mentorship and support is key for reaching the next level. So what if there was a service that allowed you to check off all these pillars we talked about today with the mentorship, support, and done-for-you design every step of the way? I want to introduce to you guys Bankable Brilliance. This is the mentorship and design experience, my new signature package. I'm so excited to launch it to the world. So this is an elite design and mentorship experience that combines luxe branding and website services with the coaching, the strategy, and accountability to build a profitable online business. So this experience is for entrepreneurs who are ready to stop fidgeting with the DIY, start making money. People are looking for one-on-one support from a coach who's done it before, and those who want to start working in their zone of genius, and I'll take care of the rest. So this is basically a luxe business in a box, as I like to call it. So what's included in this? Well, first off, we have your branding. So these are the visuals to get you noticed and remembered online. You get full branding and logo design, the style guide so you can stay consistent, social media collection, so all your covers for your social media so that they are branded and on point, and your editable social media templates so that you can stay consistent and post. That means so your quotes are looking chic, so your client spotlights are looking chic, all those things branded together. Then you also get the web design. So you get the luxe online presence to match, a custom designed mobile responsive website. I also set up all your automated email funnel that we talked about. So that means I'm designing the freebie. If your freebie is a video, I'm editing the video, putting all that together so that your clients, when they get on your site, it is branded, it is professional, and it is optimized to get you clients in cash. You also get the coaching side of things. This is really the game changer because over 3 months we are working together to optimize and build on this brand and website that we've created together. So there will be 6 bi-weekly coaching sessions. So that's over 6 months. We're working together every 2 weeks. And you will have homework assignments and accountability throughout. I am also, remember from those other steps, doing the design part, the tech part, all of the above. And you will have unlimited email support and accountability throughout the full 3-month experience. Here are some of the things that we will cover. So you can see here, they're going to look a little familiar because these are the pillars that I talked about of a bankable brand. You got the millionaire mindset, your dream clients, marketing and messaging, luxe list building, your irresistible offers, and then your signature systems. So how you're going to keep this going. But wait, there are some bonuses as well. So the bonus number 1 is the website copy written by a professional copywriter. This is a $1,400 value. And as you can see, it expires in 72 hours. I'm going to show you how you can take advantage of this. So the biggest snag I find with my web design clients is that they write their own web copy, and a lot of times they get stuck, don't really know where to go from there. And so, as I talked about in pillar number 5, you got to find that support. If writing copy for the website is not your zone of genius, that's something you want to hire out to someone who can put your business into words that sell. So that's exactly, we're taking a page from that book and doing that. That's bonus number 1. And bonus number 2 is a promo video edited with your footage and images. So I will throw in a custom 2-minute promo video. Video editing is actually my background. I was a broadcast news major in college and have been doing videos for my clients, dozens of them since I started my business as well, with custom graphics and all that fun stuff. So that's a $497 value, also expiring in the next 72 hours. So here, let's just go back over what you get. So you get a luxe website and full branding suite, so all your visuals are on point. That's a $5,000 value. You get the coaching and strategy you need to capitalize on it, and 3 months of support and accountability to reach your goals. And those bonuses, you get the professional web copy and the brand promo video edit. So the total value of that is about over $14,000. But you can join Bankable Brilliance today for $7,500 to get all these things together. But wait. If you apply in the next 72 hours, you will get a $500 discount in addition to all those bonuses. So instead of the $7,500, it's going to be $6,995. So that is the price for Bankable Brilliance. I am so excited about this package. I've been developing it for a while because this is really the elite done-for-you service that you've been looking for. So I created this service it's better than your typical web design package because I'm also giving you the guidance and the coaching to use this website and make your bankable business. And it surpasses the typical coaching package because I'm not leaving you to do the tech and design and the writing all by yourself. We are outsourcing that to people whose zone of genius it's in. So design is in my zone of genius, the tech is in my zone of genius, and we're even putting the copywriting to a writer who is in their zone of genius. So if you are interested in Bankable Brilliance, I would love to have you click the link in this video. I'm also going to add the link again to the chat below. You can apply for Bankable Brilliance. We can get on the phone and chat to see if we could be a good fit. And I only work with 2 bankable clients a month. So these spots are definitely sure to go, especially with these bonuses we have going on right now. So again, thank you all for being on to listen to the presentation. I hope you guys got a lot out of it about how to build your bankable brand. Again, this is really something that I wanted to create for my clients so that they could really just get this entire all-encompassing experience, really be able to build their business exactly how a boss is supposed to. So working in your zone of genius and hiring out the things that are not in your zone of genius so that you can have the best possible results. I'm so excited to share this with you guys. If you know someone who has also maybe been looking for something like this or is interested in it, I encourage you to share it out. These spots will definitely go quick because of these great bonuses, the web copy, the promo video, and the discount. So I'm really excited about Bankable Brilliance and sharing this out with you guys. So the way the process works, you can click the link over here to check out the sales page, read everything about it, and apply for a spot in Bankable Brilliance. And we can get on the phone this week and talk about it. And if you apply within the next 72 hours, like I said, you get those wonderful bonuses. So I'm excited again to share that out with you all. Y'all have an excellent Sunday night. Thank you to everyone who came on my encore presentation. So I'm going to hop off the live, but it's been a great one. So you guys have a great rest of your night. Bye.